It's Ashafere. Welcome to another edition of the Changeroom, where we're bringing you sports commentary from all over the world. And meanwhile, while we sightseeing the streets of Durban, last week, you remember where we were. Today, we are still right in the vicinity, but in Florida. My name is Sbu Zulu, and I have a brother that I love to hate and hate to love. Tibs Dhlomo, how's it, sir?
How you doing, my man?
I'm all good, man. I'm feeling a bit chilly here, actually, to be honest.
No, bro, we're on the streets, but the streets are always chilly, fam. On the streets of Florida, bro, we're always chilly, bro. But no, we're going to have a really good episode today, bro. Our and I, we're going to be discussing the Rainbow Cup. We're going to go to some high school rugby.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to be discussing how Benny McCarthy is back and staying in the KwaZulus of Natal.
Definitely, yeah.
But but we're going to start off with the high school, with the high school sports. I have to say this, bro. Like, this is the reason why, one of the reasons why we started this channel, bro. We wanted to put a highlights on varsity and high school sports.
Definitely.
Because I think that those rivalries are unparalleled. They're uncompromising, bro.
Much better, even like the top flights one, eh?
Yeah, no, because you don't understand like how high school culture works, bro. It's super bad, but I don't know if you know, but Hilton Michael is one of the biggest KZN derbies, bro. Yeah. And this is the story I heard in high school, bro. How the Hilton coach was so, like, they can lose every game of the season. Yeah. But if they beat Michael House,
they done it.
No, bro. The coach gets a 1 million bonus.
You lie, no. Please don't come and speak lies here,
I can tell you, bro, in the comments, bro, any Hilton boy will confirm this for free, bro.
Oh, wow.
Now imagine if you're the coach, bro, and these children are stopping you from earning 1 million.
I'll beat them to death. I'm joking.
No, I would be like, bro, nah, we are winning today.
Cheapest, man, $1 million.
Bro, it's $1 million. That's what I said, bro. So it's a huge thing, bro. Yeah. Like, I know for my school, like we used to live, bro, Friday assembly, they would go there, announce the team, would do war cries. Yeah. It's like a huge event, bro. Yeah. So then in the comments below, you like speak about all your sports teams, by your first team sports, any traditions your schools did, whether it be hockey, tennis, football, anything. Basketball.
It's quite a nice thing to point out, because I'm quite interested in the whole war cries thing, because I never went to a private school, so these things, we had to create our very own luxury in the parts. We have some of the results from over the opening round.
The opening round.
Winter sports is back.
No, winter sports are back, but so then some of the great derbies that we were having were super cool. Yeah. So Grey College versus our Proud Boys High. Our Proud Boys High lost 37-3. Paul Gymnasium versus Paul Ruiz Gymnasium. Western Cape Derby.
Another one, yeah.
And Western Cape Derby, Paul Gymnasium won 25-10. Back to now Durban, Maritzburg College. Finally get it right. I can finally say Maritzburg College instead of United. They versus DHS. They lost. DHS lost 25-10. Michael House versus Queensney. Michael House got a very close game and won 26-24. Yes, Hilton College versus Northwood won 31-6. Yep. Glenwood Green Machine, the greatest team. Highest ranked team. Highest ranked team in Durban. They managed to beat Westville Boys 13-3.
Is that your school?
No. My school is coming next, man.
Oh, okay.
Clifton.
Okay.
Clifton College, which is our big derby against St. Charles. That's our biggest rival. We lost, sadly. That's where we have our Old Boys Day. That's our biggest festival, and we lost 27-18. So we're gonna analyze all the really big Durban derbies. We're gonna analyze them. We're gonna give huge shout outs, because this is when to highlight this, because this is big in South Africa.
I feel like in every team or every school that plays together, it's always a derby. It's always a massive game, because I mean there's a lot at stake. You know what happens whenever these guys meet on these streets and they start having banter. I've overheard conversations that are quite interesting and very nice when the boys reflect on what was and what could have been. But speaking of boys and what could have been, we move over to where they want to be in the Rainbow Cup. What a massive weekend of rugby we actually experienced. Sort of like it was so intense, of course, once again, because we're going to start off with the Bulls and the Stormers one. The Bulls were away out in Cape Town. Stormers playing their second game in their new home, and they lost that match. I think it was 16-20 or 2016. Not the year, but 16-20. So that's one of the matches that are, before we talk about the Sharks. I had a chance to watch that match, and just to see prior to them, to the Bulls and Jay White, some of the changes he made. Sorry, not Jay White, but John Dobson for the Western Province. They made 9 changes going into the match, injuries and suspensions, and it was always going to be tricky for him just to find it to try and find a new combinations play. But what did you make of that match?
Oh yeah, no, because like you were saying, because we obviously watched the Sharks game and there were 2 red cards.
Yeah.
So like obviously those are the suspensions that you're speaking of. And to be honest, like because Jake White, I'll say what Jake White has done really well with this team, the Bulls, is that like he's created like what he did with the Springboks in 2007 of Mornay Steyn looked like a fly half. I'm like, no, like he looked more than just a kicking fly half. Like I think what Jake White really does with his teams, because even when he did with the Brumbies, like he made them like a force.
Yes.
Like they haven't been a force since George Gregan days. But then when he was in charge of the Brumbies, they even made the finals of Super Rugby.
Yeah.
So what he's done is he's understood that fly half is the playmaker. He's the playmaker, and like we did it with Butch James in the World Cup. Cool, so we played running rugby because Butch James was more of a running rugby guy. But with Mornay Steyn, he's made him like a kicking maestro, bruh. Like the crossfield kick for that one try.
Yes.
I was like, bruh, and if you want to watch a winger in step, bruh, there's a man, bruh. If you want to watch a homie break ankles, watch
Twice.
that. Twice, bruh.
Twice it did that, eh?
Homies were out there slipping, bruh.
Bruh. And you know what? Like, it's crazy because you mentioned Madosh Tambo. He's got a brace, so he's got 2 tries on that one. And he looks like a total different beast. I mean, when he was for the Sharks, when he plays for the playing for the Sharks the previous season, he was okay. He was okay, but he was not. If it wasn't for Makazole Mapimpi at some point, you'd feel like, Smunko was getting injured, you'd feel like he'd step up. But on Saturday, he came in and looked a different beast. And and he had a lot of spaces on the far side, but when he got that ball from Mornay Steyn, he went past 2. He ran 60 meters to score a try. I mean, that says a lot. And you couldn't touch him, and he was instepping, like one of the most difficult things to do. You know, on the outside it's easy because you're like, let's go, like quite Cooper vibes, let's go. But he was there, and you're looking at that, and he's sort of like found himself, and like he said, when he joined the Bulls, like he was shocked to find to get a call from Jake White. So that is on its own. So he's found something in him that made the Sharks sign him from the Lions. So the Bulls, so far, yes, a machine.
Yeah, no, and I'll have to say, because I have to give props to the Stormers, but like the Stormers played really well. But,
yes.
But I will say that the Stormers played really well. They were always within the game, and like they even had like a line out in the last minute of the game to win the game. And I think that's where you see Jake White's dominance, bro. Because the forward pack absolutely for the Bulls, like they stole a line out, bro, on the 5-meter line. And they won the game off that. And I'm like, that's what Jake White brings to the equation. He brings a full brand of rugby. Like he understands the forwards, he understands what to give the best out of the forward pack and win the key battles and scrums, lineouts, and the backline. He plays to his backline strengths.
Definitely.
Mornay Steyn looked like a new player, bruh. I'm not calling for him to come into the Springboks like I am for Francois Steyn, but I will say Jake White has a really good idea, even how he's using like the reserve players playing in club rugby and domestic rugby. He's trying to create a fulcrum, a channel from where grassroots into having a sustained success. So I genuinely believe the Bulls will be a strong force in South African rugby for the next 4 years.
Wow.
For the next 4 years.
You mentioned something about how Jake White is playing, how he's doing with his players, and he has a quite. Put that another side. I mean, he has a quality side. Not every coach can work with this squad, by the way. So he came in, he brought these players. He has like a lot of players, and he has depth, both on paper and also on the field. That we talk about Mornay Steyn. You can't forget about Chris Smith.
Smith came on.
Chris Smith came on, and he brought it, and you see that, and that the tied 5 of the Bulls that day, and because the Stormers also they're not far apart from being a good team. There's just those little things that are not finding, like the same way they lost against the Sharks in the opening round, 30-33. They're losing now by 4 points again. They're close, but yet so far, because all those little fine margins where you are losing lineouts, and at some points the Bulls were under the car having to. They had a lot of fouls, considered a lot of penalties, and you'd feel like, at some point that the Stormers will, pick up from then. And, the yellow card in the first half that the Stormers conceded, sort of like put them off. But all round, it was a great performance. Now, we move to this show of ours. Move from the Cape, we come back here. KZN. It was another fiery encounter. Lions, Sharks, fantastic. Very sketchy. I'll say so myself. Very sketchy because I feel
Sharks
like
have been shaky.
They've been shaky, and I feel like they are ability or inability to close off matches and to have a comfortable lead will eventually catch up with them.
No, I'll say this, but like the Sharks, Kerwin Bosch, I think purely like showed the Sharks what they are, bruh. Like Kerwin Bosch, he was the hero and the villain in the same game, bruh. He was the same homie, bruh. The same homie.
Yeah.
Because I will not lie to you, but Kerwin Bosch as an attacking fly half, bruh.
Yeah.
All of the tries came through him, bruh.
Yeah.
The way he runs the lines, the way he puts people into
grabber,
space, the
yes.
grabber kick.
Yeah.
Like he's got the X factor.
Yeah.
But then it comes down to, like we were saying, about composure, about the idea of being able to close out a game.
Yeah.
Because then when it comes down to doing the ugly stuff, hey, bro, can
Crumble.
I make that tackle? Can the forwards do that thing?
Yeah.
Bruh? That's where the Sharks look like they were falter, because Kerwin Bosch missed two, not blatant tackles, but two
But he
times.
missed two times.
Two times
tackles.
where his channel was the one that they got through.
Yeah, and they scored a try.
So, and that's where I have to say the Sharks are. They lack that composure to close out a game. They lack that maybe it's experience. I don't know. Maybe it's experience.
Well, we could say that. I mean, Sean Everett, of course. I mean, he came through the Sharks from being a youth coach, and he has a couple of players he can work around. I mean, you have a Siya Kolisi, you have natural leaders. Lucanio Arm, they're there. Thomas Dutoit is there, and you have all these players. But also, I think you don't necessarily have to score tries for you to win. I mean, we've seen that for the longest time, the past few weeks, where a team will score most tries but also end up losing. You also have to have a proper game management whereby you know that, okay, at 60 minutes we are ahead by this number of points. How do we move around that? What's the next great plan, or what's the plan moving forward? And what I've noticed so far with the first two games that I've watched of the Rainbow Cup, the Sharks, the only way they can win is for them. Unfortunately, they have to outscore their opponents on every time. You see, like the game where the Bulls won against the Stormers, it was just a pure quality.
Yeah,
they were able to manage the game.
The better team.
Yes, better tactically too.
Yeah.
But now, can the Sharks do the same thing? They're playing the Bulls on Saturday.
Yeah.
They're playing the Bulls. Can they go all the way? Can they get over the line? No doubt about it. They can. They can score 2-3 tries. But are they able to hold their nerves and get over the line and make sure they manage the game well until the 80th minute? It remains to be seen.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you. And I think because the scrum half debate is the one that we have to actually talk about, because the scrum halves the Sharks have had a rotating scrum half.
Yeah.
And I think that will hold the key, because who do you think is the best scrum half? Because I think both of them have played extremely well in the first two games.
Yeah.
And I think that can hold the key for our attacking prospects, because I think the Sharks will have to outscore the Bulls. I don't think tactically they've got it covered. They've got X-factor players, and they've got to use that as their strength.
And you talk of the Nines. The past two games, by the way, Grant Williams has been starting. Sanele has been coming in here and there, but he's been starting. And he hasn't put a foot wrong. He hasn't put a foot wrong. However, we cannot really, of course, just now come here and say, now put in Sanele, because now he's yet to be tested in a match whereby the Sharks are behind and they have to fight, and he has to be a scrum half. He has to really go on for it and then make. I saw him make a tackling. I don't know who it was, but it was a huge dude. I don't remember. Came under the knee, but at least he got a try. So I'm sorry, a tackle. Well, those little things, that little X factor there, that sort of maybe may result or reward him with the starts. But also, I feel like it's a bit too early for us to maybe also just have this conversation about the fly halves or sort of scrum halves, because Grant has started the two and is playing well. Sanele has come in and hold his nerve also. Let's wait until Sanele maybe gets his chance to start and see what he does. And I don't see the Sharks making too many changes in this upcoming game for the Bulls.
No.
They might maybe make that change, a surprise change. Grant Williams should start though. I think let him continue with how he's doing, and then until the Sharks are tested, then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, and I just want to give a shout out to Jeremy Ward. I thought he's played really well in the past two games. So I thought that I think he's been a really solid attribute. But then now back to the local football.
Wait, before that, right? So I know this wasn't planned, but I just wanted to ask you this. I'm not sure if you had a chance to watch both of the finals, the AU and the Aotearoa.
Oh, yeah.
Man, okay, which one was the better final for you?
Had to be Australia, fam.
Australia,
was,
eh?
no, Australia was better, fam. I will not lie to you. The Australia one was fire.
It was fire up until the last minutes, second.
Because the New Zealand one, I won't lie to you. The reason why I never cared, the Crusaders won. The Crusaders won, I think, 25-13.
Yeah, but also the reason I'm asking you this is because I felt like the Chiefs could have won that game had it not been Damian McKenzie missing those 3 penalties. I mean, he has carried the team the entire season.
Yeah.
When it matters the most. Yes, he's got to try, great, but when it matters the most, this guy he hardly missed any penalty kick.
No, but like it's this thing, bro. It's a tough thing, but Damian McKenzie has been the Tom Cruise of the Mission Impossible
with
franchise.
A smile.
You see what I'm saying, bro? He's been there chilling, bro.
Yeah.
You can only Mission Impossible for so long, bro. That's the issue. You can only Mission Impossible for so long. Because think about it, bro. Tom Cruise, like, he'll eventually stop making Mission Impossible. And that's what happened, bro. He'd made too many sequels. He had come through.
They're done now. They tried.
He had made too many sequels. He had come through, saved them last gap penalty.
Yeah.
So then that's why I have to say Richie Moanga. Like for me, he came through on the day, and that's what you really want. But he's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm James Bond, bro. I'm eternal. I'm gonna come through.
James Bond is a big one. I think it has someone like the Flash, just once.
So
the
then
Flash.
he literally came through, and that's where you see your big players. That's what we talk about. I'm like, cool, they can win the tight games where it's really close, but
it matters.
When it matters most, in the final, under the lights, full stadium, can you do it, right? And I think, and I will say that's where Damian McKenzie struggled, and Richie Moana decided, now drop kick this motherfucker, and he was here.
My heart only stopped there for a second.
But then he composed the game and took it to the next level. But I'll give credit to them, bro.
Yeah, all right. So let's talk football then. Yeah.
Oh no, football. The Nedbank Cup, bruh. It was the Nedbank Cup. It was the Cup of Dreams, the Cup of Champions, the tale of the underdog, and it was underdog stories because there were 2 underdog teams, both in the final that defeated all the big opponents. Yep. And it's on a sad note because the keeper for the team, TS. Brighton Mhlongo. He had to retire from football.
He will retire at the end of the season.
Yeah, because he had got an eye injury during training.
Yeah, apparently the left eye is officially paralyzed. Sorry,
blind.
Blind. Yes, paralyzed. Yeah.
But and I'm like, he motivated his team. The coach Daniel Kerr.
Dylan K.
Dylan K. Said no, like it motivated the team, and it was an underdog story. But they defeated Chipper 1-0. But it was a story of the dreams. But that's what the cup is about. It's about capturing that. They are the best cup team in South Africa. Yeah,
I mean, just looking at how they got into the final, beating Sundowns, taking them all the way to 120 minutes plus, playing penalties and beating them there. I mean, if that did not tell them that they are destined to win this trophy, then they wouldn't have won anything. I mean, put the league form aside. They went in there, they won the trophy, got the job done. Deflected shots. It was a good shot. Dabaite hit that shot from afar, deflected, went in. Great goal. It was curtains for Chippa United, but kudos to them though. Besides them changing coaches, like we are changing locations, but they got over the line, and kudos to them. It was a great story.
And hopefully it'll help them because they're in the relegation battle, and I hope that will spur them on to get out of the relegation battle. Yeah. But you said how they beat Sundowns in the semi-final, and I think we have to discuss how Sundowns, they just keep taking over. They keep taking over.
Just have the thing.
They just have the Nyana thing, but keep taking over. Beat TSK Galaxy 1-0 to create now like a 7-point lead with 4 games to go. Can Amazulu catch them, bro? So
I feel like the best answer to that question is to tell Amazulu to focus on themselves.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what Sundowns is doing. Yes, they snatched it against TS Galaxy 1-0. They're away from home, but that's what's a lot of champions, how they become champions. Is those little 1-0 victories, they last-minute draws. That's how eventually, when they can avoid a defeat, then they get a couple of points or a point, then that's a story that's literally, as you can look at it, maybe looking at it from a history's perspective, a lot of teams will avoid defeats and maybe get that 1-0 win at the end and snatch it. But obviously, these are the sort of stories that you want to not try and make out the end of it, the ending of it, because what Amazulu need to do is just to focus on their games, make sure they get over the line. Don't worry about what Sundowns is doing. Already, it's been a great season for them. Already, they have their top 4 that the chairman wanted when he came in. Maybe the chairman will go on next season and say, I want to win the trophy. That we will stop thinking that he was, out of his mind. But this time around, they have to focus on themselves, make sure that they get over the line, win all the 4 games or 5 games that are remaining. Don't worry about Sundowns. Even if you become second, you're going to Africa anyway. You're keeping Benny. What? Just you want.
And that's actually the best thing, bro. Like, AmaZulu just catching W's, bro. Because Benny McCarthy, like we said before, we get what we wanted, bro. We get what we wanted. Benny McCarthy is staying at AmaZulu.
Yes.
For another season. He says, bro, he promised them African Champions League football. He's going to deliver, and I feel like this is the greatest move for him.
Yes.
Because now he's going to develop him, and we're going to see, maybe he's a one-hit wonder. You never know, bruh. No. But then I'm like, now he gets to grow as a coach because he's staying there at AmaZulu, because now we have a new Bafana coach, Hugo Bros.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? We've tried foreign, we've tried local.
Go back to foreign.
Now we're going back to foreign. But like, he has a pedigree. Like, he did win the African Cup of Nations with Cameroon. And you know what? I like what he said, but I like what he said in his press conference.
Yeah.
Because he did say, bro, he was shocked at the squad, but he was shocked that like everyone was over 30. And I'm like, for me, we've been saying this, bro. You can't tell me Dean Furman playing in League 2.
Don't make me angry. Please don't even go there. Don't make me angry.
You can't tell me Dean Furman playing in League 2 in England is the best. But he struggled to start when he was playing a super sport.
Dude.
Why is he out there starting just because he's playing in England?
Yeah,
so I think that, you know what, he's saying all the right things.
Yeah.
And for me,
as paying you, coach.
Yeah,
I mean, that's normal.
So I'm like, he's saying the right things, and I want to support him, bro. I want to support him. I think don't just sack him if you don't make the World Cup, because we never make the World Cup unless we're hosting it. So, hey, bro, unless you're that 1996 team, bro, with Sean Barkley and Darren Barkley and the boys, then there's no time, bro. And there's no time, bro. We're not playing those games. So that's why I'm like, we can't. And Andre Aronson goes, but like, that's why I'm like, now we're gonna be strong. So give him like two years. Let's see what he can do. See if he can bring a new crop of South African football. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing the same fools not deliver.
That's true.
I'm tired.
I think he can be given 2 years only if we see new players coming in and young players.
Yeah.
I mean, we can use the under 23 squad going to the Olympics as the literal foundation. You can never go wrong from then on. Yes, I'm not saying that they'll win the gold, but I'm saying that we already have a squad that is there. 23 or under, that is your national team right now. Forget about everybody else, right? Let's grab those guys, make them the standard, and then have those 27, 28-year-olds coming in there, the on-form players in the DSTV Premiership. So let's move around that and let's work around that. Hey, these trucks. I'm not, like, sometimes I was speaking and then I don't hear myself. I'm like, am I still speaking? Am I still speaking?
No, I can hear you. Don't worry. You're loud and clear, bro.
But yeah, let's move over though.
Oh yeah, no, you're gonna be strong with it. So now we're here for your team, bruh. Your team of champions. Chelsea are living, bruh. Chelsea are living. We have an all-English final. Chelsea somehow, some way, managed to beat Real Madrid.
Somehow, some way.
Beat Real Madrid. So Chelsea got a really tough round of fixtures, but they're playing the Premier League, then they've got the FA Cup this following weekend, and they have Champions League.
Yeah.
How do you think Thomas Tuchel is going to balance the books? Tell us.
This is not the first time Chelsea are in a situation like this. Once again, we played Real Madrid, we played Man City in the same week. And we got the W's, eh?
Hey!
We got the W's, so we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So also remember the fact that with Thomas Tuchel coming in, he's coming in and basically in a team that already has quality players. And I don't think there's much that has changed in terms of playing. Chelsea were always attacking, even under Lampard, but what Tuchel has done is managed to instill some defensive mentality and just working hard. How I feel like Chelsea will do this time around. I mean, don't forget we're playing Arsenal, we're playing in the final, then we're playing again. Then there's a few weeks from now, then there's a final. So it's a tough couple of rounds, and I like the fact that over the weekend against Man City, Tuchel opted to start with Peter Gilmore, who came in,
Yeah.
was a very, very mature with how he played.
Yeah,
And
gave away a penalty. But
yeah, he did.
I'm
He
joking,
did.
but he played well.
He
he
did.
played well,
And then what did Sergio Aguero do? Decided to be very smart and clever with it, eh? Try
and
Panenka, then
that's the best.
What was
bro.
that?
No,
What was
no, that's the best, fam.
What was that?
No, that's the best. As a goalkeeper, you're there,
You're
fam.
like, oh.
You're chilling, fam. You're out there. You're like, oh, I'm here, fam. I'm
This guy-
sorting flies, bro.
this guy.
I'm like, it was fantastic.
But
fam.
what I've noticed also with Man City or with Pep Guardiola really is that Thomas Tuchel has managed to get into his Pep Guardiola's head. He's defeated him twice now, and like Man City always want to be winning. Obviously, with Pep Guardiola wants to be a winner all the time. You're losing against the same coach twice. Beat you in the semi-final to go to the final of the FA Cup. You're meeting up game in the final. You play again in the league, so you don't know really what to expect. Because I remember I tweeted this when
on Twitter.
I will not say on because I did say you cannot tweet on Facebook. But I tweeted something about when Chelsea were playing. I think they were playing Real Madrid, I think it was Real Madrid, and Thomas Tuchel for the first time after 13 games did not change his lineup, and that's already an upper hand because you don't know how to plan for this guy and his team, and when he comes in. He will give you a surprise element. That's what he has done for time and time and again, especially with the big teams. That's what he did against Man City with Billy Gilmore. Hakim Ziyech started there.
Fire goal.
And exactly, and you know what? And someone like who's this guy, Werner? He will start. He has all the confidence in him, and he has made sure that he's starting. And as much as he's not scoring, but he's on the thick of things. He's creating and he's making sure that he's right there. So hey, I feel like Chelsea. With Arsenal, with the final, they might lose one. I will not speak about the UEFA Champions League final. I'm not sure whether the final or the game against Arsenal because I know Arsenal, even on their worst season, they can't beat Chelsea. And that makes me sad. But I'm telling you.
I can tell you Arsenal have no Arsenal, fam.
They had a bit of Arsenal against, was it West Brom 3-1?
They're relegated, so yeah.
Yeah.
So then I will say sorry to the Premier League team that got relegated this week. The relegation is... No, sorry, bro.
No, sorry.
Bro, they're losing money, bro. Losing money is sad.
Work
so
hard.
Then West Brom, Fulham and Sheffield United have been confirmed as relegation candidates. But yeah, no, I think Man City have a really good chance. I hope Chelsea don't win just for your sake because you will never shut up on the show about it. Because then if Man United win the Europa
by the way,
League,
let's do this again. This is beautiful.
Then we're both in finals.
Yeah, both in finals. So the other week after both the finals have been played,
we'll come and wear our t-shirts.
No, Chief.
Both wear our
no, Chief.
Yes, okay.
Whoever wins.
Okay,
the others,
cool.
Yes,
if Chelsea wins, I'll wear his Chelsea shirt. If Man United wins, he'll wear my Man United
shirt. That is in
the
UEFA Champions League / Europa final.
Yeah.
Not in the League Cup or FA Cup.
No, so we'll do that. We'll be strong with that. So, do you have any other news for us?
Yes, I do. So, we're going to have a look at some golf. I'll start off internationally. Rory McIlroy is back in the winner's circle.
Okay.
He won at the Wellis Fairgo Championship. He won that one. It was his first victory in 2 years. So, kudos to him. But I also want to make special mention. I mean, also, Wilco Ninaba at the Dimension Data Pro AM. He won that. But also, just the biggest one to come out of this week in South Africa, as far as South Africa is concerned, Gary Kigo. Okay. He won at the Canary Islands Championship. He becomes the fastest South African to win 3 tournaments. So in his little game that he has played. So he's 21. He's won he has already won 3. He won 2 in the space of 2. He won 2 in the space of 3 weeks or 2 weeks either way. And he also equaled the record for Tiger Woods with fewer games to win a European Tour or PGA event. So he has won 3. He has become like one of the third or fourth youngest in the world. So we have a superstar in the rising. Gary Kigo, remember the name. Wilco Ninaba, like I said, won in the Data Pro Dimension AM. And Rory McIlroy, fairly well. Yeah, Rory, okay, fine. What else do I have? Have you been paying attention to what's happening in the League Earn, PSG?
No, PSG could flop, fam. I saw, fam. It's Lille. Lille is out there. Yeah. They would have to lose. They have to lose both of their last 2 games, or at least draw one and lose the other one for PSG to win, but which shows money actually does not buy you happiness.
Yes.
So don't listen,
Yep.
fam.
Yep.
Hard work and dedication. That's how you do it, fam.
Super League. Anyway, so that's what's happening. That's the story right there. And obviously, as you all know, Juventus are
Cristiano Ronaldo might not make
scraping.
Champions League.
Yeah.
So it's a very tough, fam.
So despite Lloyd Harris losing in the Italian Open in the first round again, he has now got into the top 50 of the in the ATP World Rankings, which is great. But the king of clay courts, Rafael Nadal, has been removed or has been replaced in the top 2. He's now third, and Daniel Medvedev, that man, is right there. So he's now the new number 2. Novak Djokovic remains unmoved, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. No one can touch him. I mean, Rafael Nadal lost at his favorite courts against eventual winner of the Madrid Open in Alexander Zverev, who's very great. So, yeah, shout out to Lloyd Harris. But hey, Chief, can you move past the first round? You did well in Dubai, got into the finals, but can you just every time you're losing, you get it? Come on.
No, I feel you. No, and I think it would be wrong for us not to talk about Sir Lewis Hamilton.
Oh yes.
Sir Lewis Hamilton got his 100th pole position.
100 position starts. Yeah.
So nope. I was gonna make a joke. That was not the joke to be making.
I wonder.
But so no, and I think Lewis Hamilton, he's a sir now, so that means he's dignified.
Yes.
And then because I did an interview on him. Well, not interview on him, but I was watching interviews of him, and he says, "But he doesn't drive, bruh. Yeah, he around.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, so where's this driver's license that you
Sure he has it.
No,
but he chooses not to use it. Waste all the steering on the avenues and passage and arcades.
It's only 300 kilometers when you're gonna die. That's the only time where
Yes.
I'm like
300 Ks.
Yeah, no, I'm like so he got his 100th pole position. He's about to clearly destroy all of Michael Schumacher's records.
If he hasn't already.
And I'm like, for me, I think you have to give him props for that. Like he's really, but I think the Formula One is going to look good this season. It's looking.
Yeah, Max is right there in the thick of things.
Yeah, and then even Leclerc from.
Yeah, Charles Leclerc, Ferrari. Yes.
So I'm like, it's not going to look like a one-horse race this year.
Never.
So I think it's going to be a really strong season for them.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to also make mention of, I know some people have not been following this or haven't seen this. In case you haven't already, the SA Women's Premier Division kicked off this weekend. The Sharks played against the the EP Queens. They lost. Western Province, they played the Poland Dames. They won. It was a demolition job in that one. And there's a couple of matches which obviously will kick off that segment of the show later on, because I feel like we are moving in the direction right now that I think we've always talked about. School sports taking priority, women's sports taking priority, and that's what this show is all about. So we'll definitely be keeping tabs on that one as we move along.
Oh, no, definitely. And if you really subscribe to those type of content, guys, and you really like what we're doing, he's alright, I'm pretty funny. So
that's true.
If you really do, please, guys, don't forget to subscribe, tell a friend. We're strong here, bro. It'll make us happy. We'll make more fun of Sbu. It'll be a great time, guys.
Why am I used as a marketing tool?
Oh, no,
why am I a marketing tool?
No, you're the face, but you're the face, bro. You're the face. You see, you're the face. I'm just the personality. So
this guy with his shirt.
I know, but yeah. So then now you're on our favorite segment.
Yeah.
The MVP, guys. So that's the most valuable player.
Yep.
So that means the most valuable player, any sport, any that we discuss, we haven't discussed. It can be high school, bro. If you have a fly half or a wing that's killing it in your high school, fam, put them on.
Definitely.
Plug them through.
Definitely.
Put your MVPs in the comments below. Sbu, do you know who your MVP is?
Yes, I do. I do. And Gary Kegel goes without saying. Gary Kegel, well done for your achievements. I mean, three wins in your few less matches. I think for me personally, you are the most valuable player for this week and even possibly for a long time until someone from South Africa does something great. But until then, who is yours?
I know my MVP. It was a very tough decision for me, but I have to give it to who brought me the most enjoyment this weekend. So I have to go to Kun Aguero's Guys, if you want to do this for fun,
MVP?
He's my MVP. He was the most valuable player to my entertainment.
That makes sense.
That's what I'm saying.
That makes sense.
He was the most valuable player for my entertainment. because he had absolutely no business
No.
doing that. He had no business doing that, and then just Mendy with the swat of death.
Yeah.
So then that's my MVP.
Definitely.
But for entertainment reasons, not
But
for,
yeah, just
not
be
for, not
serious.
for, not for. Oh, but if you wanted me to be serious, it has to be probably. Now I'll say Brighton and Mhlongo just because he's had an illustrious
Definitely.
career, and I have to say that like it's super sad to retire before your time, bruh.
Definitely.
Like you know what I'm saying. So for me, it had to be Brighton Mhlongo. I wish you best and hope that you have a really flourishing career for what you do after football.
Yeah, and I hope eventually, like, miraculously, his eye recovers from that. So what? Team of the week?
Team of the week. Yeah. So then now it's team of the week. So who is your favorite team?
Blue is the color, football is the game, Chelsea, baby.
No. For me, I have to say the winners of the Nedbank Cup, the Cup of Dreams.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
You're very sentimental today. Well done, man.
No, bro. Like, you know what it is,
Funny
bro.
man.
The
Funny
underdog
man.
story, bro. The underdog,
You
bro.
love it.
You know
You
what
love
I'm
it.
saying? I
You
love
love
it, bro. Defeating Sundowns because I just don't want Sundowns to win everything. I'm here for them, bro.
Definitely.
So then they're my team of the week, and the fixture of the week.
Definitely. Fixture of the week coming from 2-1 down at the Etihad, Chelsea's taking everything for me right now. Let's go.
Okay, no. For me, it had to be, I won't lie to you, it had to be the
Thinking about it?
No, thinking about it. No, it had to be Crusaders, bruh. The Crusaders, that fixture, bruh, if you want to see some good rugby.
No, but the Reds though, the Reds and Brumbies, man.
Okay, Reds and Brumbies. Actually, both of those fixtures.
Yes.
Let me do what Sbu does. So half of the Reds and Crusaders. But watch those two finals.
Yep.
You'll see some great attacking rugby, which I think South Africa as rugby we need to watch, bruh, because I haven't seen.
We have the best team in the world.
For now, but I'm saying that those teams, bruh, I saw some really attacking flair, and I think that we could use that in some of our games. So I
could use some Damon McKenzie, despite what he did. I mean, I could use them at the Sharks.
No. So, hey, bro, if we can bring Frederick Michalak, bro, we can bring anyone, bro. So let's bring Damon, bro. Let's bring on Damon, bro.
Yeah. Right, so let's have a look at some of the fixtures you can look forward to this week. So I'll just selected fixtures because some are a bit awkward because now I can't say the 15th or the 13th, because like maybe you're watching this on the 15th like, these guys. So so obviously, United have a tight schedule.
Yeah.
They're playing like 2 games over 3
days.
Over 3 days. So massive one against Liverpool coming up on Thursday. And then on Saturday is the FA Cup final at Chelsea and Leicester City at Wembley Stadium. Chelsea might have a home at Wembley. It's in London. They're playing there again on the 29th in the UEFA Champions League final. So this might be written in the stars once again. We don't know. I just want to put this is for the first time in this show, right? So we're talking Glad Africa Championship.
Okay.
Merely because there's 2 KZN teams that could potentially rise into the top flight. Might have 5 teams from KZN, which is great. So the 2 teams, right? So it's obviously Richards Bay, and that's our rich boys, and Real AM with chairman who's very tender. But the interaction this upcoming weekend, Richards Bay take on Jomo Cosmos, while Real AM take on the Tugs, the University of Pretoria. So those matches will playing on the 16th of May. Then in rugby, another round of a massive one. Of course, the first 2 top teams they're playing. There's the Sharks and the Blue Bulls. The Sharks 2 bonus point victories consecutively. Can they take it all the way? There's still a long way to go. I think there's 5 weeks remaining, and so we have to see on that one. That one kicks off on the 15th on 6:15. But before that, in the afternoon, we're gonna see the the Stormers and the Lions. That one also kicks off much earlier. I think around about 2. So just be at home or be at the pub. And that's great. And then also the MotoGP is back this weekend. As you know, the MotoGP and the Formula One, they alternate most of the weekends. So this time around they're going to France at the Le Mans circuit. Le Mans circuit. Yeah, so that's what's happening. We will be seeing Darren Bender in the Moto 3. His brother is in the top class in Brad Bender. So hopefully he has a good race. We'll start everything off obviously with the qualifiers and the practice sessions as of Friday until Sunday. That's all for myself.
Oh no, that's good, right? Online, guys, don't forget to follow us at the Changeroom ZA. We're on Instagram, we are on Twitter. No, we're not on Twitter.
No, we are not. Yes.
Instagram, Facebook, and then we're also on the Tick of the Talk.
Yes.
So then, do you have anything else?
Nope. At the Changeroom
ZA.
ZA.
Guys, Changeroom ZA. Thank you again for listening from our new location. My name is Tibs.
And
He
my
is
name is
Sbu.
Sbu.
Thank you guys. We are the Changeroom.